Hey everybody, and welcome back to another lecture with Coding with Roby. In this lecture, I'm going to walk you step by step on how to install MySQL on your Windows operating system. The first thing you need to do is in Google, let's type in MySQL. From here, let's scroll down to www.mysql.com. Here, you're going to get the home page for mysql.com. I'm going to hover over Developer Zone and click to navigate inside. I'm going to scroll down until I see MySQL Downloads. And I'm going to click on MySQL Community Server. From here, let's scroll down until you can see the MySQL installer for Windows. And I'm going to click Go to Download Page. And then from here, I'm going to get the Windows 86 32-bit MSI installer. And this is just a web installer, so it's extremely lightweight. Here you're going to get this pop-up screen of signing in or logging in. You can just hover down here and say, no thanks, just start my download. And then MySQL, the installer, is going to download. Now I'm going to click on it to open it. We get the MySQL installer. And here you're going to get a bunch of different type of setup options. I'm going to say developer default and click next. Here you may say that your path already exists if you've had MySQL before. It's just trying to find the installation location. So I'm just going to click next and yes. Here it's checking for requirements. So the following products have failing requirements. MySQL installer will attempt to resolve them automatically. So if you check, you might get the requirement is failing, but you can just click next as it's going to install automatically. And here we're going to see all of these different things that are ready to download. So MySQL Server, MySQL Workbench, Shell, Router, and a few other things. These are all dependencies on getting MySQL working correctly. So let's click Execute, which gets everything ready to be downloaded. And here you might get some pop-ups of try again, there's errors. Just keep clicking try again. It seems to be a bug with MySQL with this happening, and I've noticed that as long as these are all check marks, it's good to go. So I'm going to click try again. And now we can see that these are all check marks, and these again say try again. Just ignore these if you're using MySQL and you're getting this kind of bug. If you're getting a check mark, that means everything is A-OK. I'm going to click next. And now everything is ready to install. I'm going to click execute to install all the items. Now this is installing all of the dependencies on your machine. The last page was downloading them. This is installing them. And this can take a little bit of time. So I'm just going to hang tight while this downloads. After the installation of the dependencies is complete, let's click next. And right here, we're going to click next again as we get the product configurations complete. Here for type and networking, we can just click next again as our server is going to be on port 3306. We can use the strong password encryption for authentication, which is recommended. And here we need a MySQL root password. For my root password, I'm just going to type in test1234. And it's going to tell me my password is weak, and that's okay. I'm going to create a new user. This user is going to be name admin. And I want him as a DB admin. And this is just going to be who you sign in with, and DB admin grants all the rights to perform all tasks. So I'm just going to say the password again is test1234. And I'm going to say OK. I'm going to click Next. And I don't want MySQL to start on system startup, but that's totally up to you. And I'm going to click Next one more time, execute. And finish. I'm going to say Next once again. We don't need to do anything with router configuration. And now we just need samples and examples. Here we can test our login. So username root, password test1234 exclamation mark. We can click check. And our connection is successful. And I'm going to press next, execute, and finish. And I'm going to say start up my SQL Workbench after setup and my shell. Once we're on Welcome to MySQL Workbench, we can test our connection by double tapping our local instance of MySQL 80. We're going to sign in with our user root, and I'm going to type in the password of test1234 exclamation mark. And click OK. And there we have it. We have just signed in to our SQL Workbench. And here's a list of our schemas on the left. This wraps up the video on MySQL installation for our Windows operating system. And I will see you in the next video.